Hey, boys and girls, we are going to do a reading of a book from Epic called Cinco de Mayo. There's actually lots of options here in Epic. So I'm on the page. I just typed in Cinco de Mayo in the search bar, and we're going to pick this one right here, Cinco de Mayo by Anne Henricks. So I'm going to click on that. I'm going to make myself go away. There we go. All right, Cinco de Mayo. Table of contents. Chapter 1, Long Live Mexico. Floats and marching bands move down the street. Cars are honking their horns, and everyone's waving colorful flags. It's Cinco de Mayo. Cinco de Mayo is a Mexican holiday. Cinco de Mayo is Spanish for the 5th of May. That's when this festival takes place. It's a time to celebrate Mexican pride. Would you like to learn a Cinco de Mayo greeting? Just say, Viva Mexico! That means long live Mexico. Wave a flag, join a parade. It's Cinco de Mayo. Chapter 2, what happened on Cinco de Mayo? Mexico once belonged to Spain. The Mexican people won their freedom in 1821, but their troubles were not over. France invaded Mexico in 1862. People in the city of Puebla were brave. They got ready for battle. Many had no guns. Some had nothing but farm tools. On May 5th, fierce fighting broke out. There were many more Frenchmen than Mexicans, but the Mexicans won the battle. Benito Juarez was the president of Mexico during the Battle of Puebla. On Cinco de Mayo, people sometimes shout, Viva Juarez! Mexican forces at Puebla fought bravely in 1862. September 16th is Mexican Independence Day. This is when Mexico won independence from Spain. Chapter 3, Proud to be Mexican. Mexicans are proud on Cinco de Mayo. They think about the Battle of Puebla. The people of Puebla fought hard that day. They beat a much larger army. They proved Mexicans are brave and strong. People in Mexico celebrate Cinco de Mayo. It's a national holiday there, but it's an even bigger holiday for Mexican Americans. They celebrate their Mexican roots that day. They show how proud they are. Fiesta Broadway is held in Los Angeles, California. It's the world's biggest Cinco de Mayo festival. Cinco de Mayo reminds Mexicans to be proud. Cinco de Mayo is especially popular in Mexico and in the southwestern United States. Cinco de Mayo is very popular in states near the Mexican border. That includes California, Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas. Chapter 4, Fiesta Time. Cinco de Mayo is Fiesta Time. Fiesta is Spanish for festival. Cinco de Mayo is a great day for a parade. What will you see? You'll see children and grown-ups in colorful costumes. Some are dancing, and some carry Mexican flags. Marching bands go by. They play horns and drums. You'll see floats covered with hundreds of flowers. There may be fire trucks and people on horseback. City leaders join in too. Everyone waves to the crowd. Cinco de Mayo is a time for parades, exciting music, and colorful costumes. The cockroach. Pancho Villa was a famous Mexican general. He rode in a rickety carriage. His troops called it La Cucaracha. That means the cockroach. La Cucaracha became a popular tune. It's often played by Mexican bands. La cucaracha, yo no puede caminar, porque no tiene, porque le falta una pata para andar. In English, that means the cockroach can't travel anymore because he lacks a foot to walk with. Because he lacks a foot to walk with. Chapter 5, Mexican Costumes. You'll see colorful costumes on Cinco de Mayo. Often they are green, white, and red. Why? because those are the colors of the Mexican flag. The Mexican men's costume is called a charro suit. A charro is a traditional Mexican horseman. Cinco de Mayo reminds us of the Mexican flag. Girls and women wear big skirts with ruffles. They wear bright flowers in their hair, and they may carry beautiful fans. Many wear shawls with fringe. Boys and men wear sombreros. Those are big Mexican hats. Their jackets and pants have fancy designs. Spurs jingle on their shiny black boots. A fan, shawl with fringe, and flowers are part of traditional Cinco de Mayo dress for girls. If you're a boy, Cinco de Mayo clothes include a sombrero and a fancy jacket. Chapter 6, Music, Dance, and Food. Cinco de Mayo festivals are great fun. People enjoy Mexican music, dance, and food. Mariachi bands are playing. The musicians wear traditional Mexican suits. They play trumpets, guitars, and violins. Mariachis may play on stage, or they may stroll around. Dancers put on Mexican folk dance shows. They are exciting. The dancers swirl around, they clap their hands, and they use their feet to tap out a lively beat. Each Mexican state has its own special dances. Each has a special costume, too. Cinco de Mayo is filled with the music of mariachi bands. Food stands serve delicious Mexican foods. Many foods are made with hot chili peppers. They are very spicy. Favorite Mexican foods: enchiladas, mole, salsa, tortillas. Cinco de Mayo foods are spicy. Chili peppers are often used as an ingredient. Chapter 7, Children's Fun. Children enjoy many games at Fiesta Time. The piñata is a favorite. The piñata is shaped like an animal. It's filled with candy. Then it's hung up high overhead. How do you get the candy? That's the fun part. Someone puts a blindfold over your eyes. You are spun around in circles. Then you get a stick. You swing the stick, trying to hit the piñata. When you hit it, whack! The candy comes spilling out. The children gather up their treats. Piñata song. Ooh. Dele, 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 no puedes el tiño, porque si lo pierdes, pierdes el camino. In English, that means hit it, hit it, hit it. Don't lose your aim, because if you lose it, you will lose your way. Take a swing at the piñata. It's time to celebrate Cinco de Mayo. Bajín la piñata. Bajín la piñata, bajínla un tantito, que le den de pedos poquito a poquito. In English, that means lower the piñata, lower it a little, so that they can hit it little by little. And I may not have said the Spanish part right. Chapter 8, Come to Puebla. Suppose you are in Mexico. Cinco de Mayo is coming. Where is a good place to be? In the city of Puebla. People there are proud of the city. It played a big part in Mexican history. Mexican soldiers march in parades. They honor the heroes of Mexican wars. Other people march in costume. They wear clothing of the 1860s. This is a reminder of the Battle of Puebla. Later, there's a big show. People act out the famous battle. Some are dressed like French soldiers. Others dressed like Mexicans. Rifles fire and cannons roar. At last, the Mexicans win. Then it's time for music and food. Puebla is the place to be on Cinco de Mayo. Joining in the spirit of Cinco de Mayo. Do you know Mexican Americans in your school or neighborhood? Ask how their families or communities celebrate Cinco de Mayo. Is there a Mexican neighborhood in your city? Does it hold a Cinco de Mayo festival? If so, go and enjoy the sights and sounds. Visit a Mexican restaurant for Cinco de Mayo. What colors are the decorations? Why are these colors used? All right, boys and girls, here's a recipe for Mexican sugar cookies. And this is directions for how to make a Mexican bird rattle. And if you go to the next part of the activity for STEAM, which is for Thursdays, Miss Luther and I have planned for you to do a Mexican bird rattle, which will give you directions on how to do this. The glossary and learn more.